And welcome to Auto Reviews. Today let's look at yet another new car in the Kenyan market from Honda. This car is quite impressive and I reckon it's going to be a common sight on Kenyan roads. In fact, it can also be an alternative to the Premio. This is the 2015 Honda Grace, the 6th generation to be precise, and it was in production from 2014 till 2020, after which it was discontinued due to dwindling sales. This car shares the same platform as the Honda Fit, Honda HR-V, and Honda Freed, meaning that many components such as engines, transmissions, and other parts are shared across the board. So even many spare parts are interchangeable. This car can actually be termed as a saloon version of the Honda Fit. In other markets such as South Africa, it's known as Honda Ballad, while in India it's known as Honda City. In Japan, it's known as Honda Grace. This car is available in 3 trim levels. The base model is known as DX and it misses out on alloy wheels. It just comes with plastic wheel covers. It also misses out on fog lights, touch sensitive AC controls, and other features. The mid trim level is known as LX, then the top of the range is known as EX, and it's very well kitted for an affordable compact saloon. It gets features such as LED projector headlights, rear AC vents, touch sensitive AC controls, keyless entry and go, Bluetooth connectivity, reversing camera, and much more. The more likely competitor of this car is the Nissan Tiida, Toyota Belta, and even Toyota Axio. But this Honda Grace just looks and feels a class above those competitors. It's also quite expensive, being that it's a new car in the Kenyan market. You can get a 2015 Honda Grace from around 1.7 million shillings depending on the trim level. 2016 and 2017 models are more expensive, going for more than 2 million shillings. So this car comes with 2 engine options, a 1.5 litre petrol or a 1.5 litre hybrid. It's available in either front or all-wheel drive. The 1.5 can come with either a 5 or 6 speed manual or a CVT automatic gearbox. The hybrid, on the other hand, can come with only a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. This is the same DCT that has been used in the Honda Fit hybrid as from 2014. Now, in 2014, Honda recalled some of its hybrid vehicles due to a fault in these dual clutch transmissions. Generally, they are more complex than other transmissions and hence there's always the chance of something going wrong. So in terms of reliability, only time will tell how they will fare in the Kenyan market. Now, the hybrid battery in the 1.5 litre hybrid can last up to around 10 years or between 200 to around 250,000 kilometers. And as I always say, it's best to buy a hybrid with very low mileage, say maybe around 30,000 kilometers, so that you can be sure of a long battery life. A hybrid car with very low mileage is definitely more expensive, but you will not be disappointed by early degradation of the battery. Something else about these Honda Grace hybrid batteries is that you cannot replace individual battery packs like you can in a Toyota hybrid. You will have to replace the entire hybrid battery, which will definitely be expensive. For fuel consumption, the 1.5 litre can achieve between 10 to around 13 kilometers per litre in relatively high traffic, while on the highway it can achieve between 15 to around 20 kilometers per litre, which is quite good. Honda claims that the 1.5 litre hybrid can achieve up to 34 kilometers per litre for the front-wheel drive and around 29 kilometers per litre for the all-wheel drive. These figures are a bit too optimistic and some people have actually been disappointed because they mostly don't even get close to those figures. It's mostly reported that hybrid can get between 17 to around 27 or 28 kilometers per litre. You can maybe hit a maximum of around 30 kilometers per litre, which is still excellent, but you will have to be driving very, very slowly and mostly on EV mode in order to achieve such figures. Remember, hybrid batteries are normally more efficient in traffic jams because they can save fuel by relying on the hybrid batteries, but on the highway, it's the engine that mostly works, so they consume slightly more fuel. The fuel tank is 40 liters. In terms of the minor service, on average you may spend about 10,500 shillings after every 5,000 kilometers, while for the major service you may spend an average of about 17,000 shillings after 10,000 kilometers. This car gets front ventilated disc brakes and drum brakes at the back. The carb weight ranges between 1029 to around 1165 kgs, and as for the ground clearance, it's quite low. It measures in at around 135 millimeters with the stock rims. The base model comes with 15-inch rims, while the other variants get 16-inch rims. So maybe the best thing to do is to just install very slightly larger rims to slightly increase the ground clearance. Lastly, some of the extra features you can get with this car include a backup camera, a leather interior, keyless entry and go, touch sensitive AC controls, alloy wheels, fog lights, projector LED headlights, cruise control, and steering mounted audio controls. So this is one very well kitted compact saloon, especially if you go for the top of the range variants or top of the range trim levels. It also has an econ mode that limits the speed up to 90 kilometers per hour to enable you to save more fuel. So now let's talk about its exterior. Do let me know what you think about its exterior design. I think it just looks elegant, almost like a smaller Honda Accord. The variants with projector headlights and alloy wheels look even better. At the back you can get some variants with LED taillights, a shark fin antenna, and a lip spoiler, especially on the hybrid variants. And these additions really do make the car look nice. Generally, it's a good looking car, definitely better than its competitors. Moving on into the interior, the design almost resembles that of the Honda Fit, the 2014 model. The design is basic but very functional. The AC vents are located at the top, then the infotainment screen, then lower down you get the touch sensitive AC controls. There are also two cup holders just in front of the gear selector. This car even gets an armrest, which is rare in this segment. At the back is where this compact saloon really shines. It's so spacious that you'll be surprised the moment you get in. When you look at the exterior of this car, you wouldn't imagine that it can have so much leg, head, and even foot room. Honda actually says that the rear room space in this car is almost similar to that in the much larger Honda Accord. It even gets AC vents at the back as well as USB charging ports. So in terms of comfort, this car nails it, especially when compared to its competitors and even cars that are a class above it. The boot is also quite spacious. You can fit 2 large suitcases and some other few smaller items. So now, what are this car's weaknesses? For one, it's quite expensive, being that it's a newer car in the Kenyan market, but still it offers quite a lot. Our base model 2016 Premium is going for about 2.1 million shillings, so even if you get this Honda Grace at around 1.8 million, it's still more affordable and has more features, even though in its class it's more expensive. Secondly, its ground clearance is quite low, but as I said earlier, you can just install very slightly larger wheels instead of interfering with the suspension, which will definitely affect its handling. Thirdly is that its spare parts are a bit on the expensive side compared to its competitors. Honda spare parts may be generally more expensive, but they actually do last a long time. Another weakness is that, like most other modern cars, this Honda Grace does not come with a spare wheel. It instead comes with a tire repair kit, so it may be a good idea to buy a spare wheel and store it in the boot. A spare wheel is by far better than a tire repair kit, even though it will add slightly more weight to the car. The last weakness is the one I mentioned earlier, and it has to do with the battery replacement. For this car, you can only replace the entire hybrid battery, as opposed to replacing individual battery packs like you can in a Toyota hybrid. Something else is that only time will tell how reliable that dual clutch transmission will be, because generally they are normally not so reliable, but let's wait and see how it will fare in the Kenyan market. Remember, it's also the same one that has been used in the Honda Fit hybrid from 2014. Other than those weaknesses, this is one very impressive compact car. It's super fuel efficient. In fact, it can give a Toyota Aqua a run for its money. It's also very spacious, and with that Honda badge, you are guaranteed of its long-term reliability and durability. The 1.5 liter and hybrid will most likely have a very good resale value, but the hybrid will not, because people are skeptical about buying a locally used hybrid car. And I would also not advise you to do that, because you may end up buying a hybrid car whose mileage has been tampered with and is almost due for battery replacement. So don't take the risk. If you want a hybrid, buy one with very low mileage and one that has not been used locally. And once you buy it, I reckon you will be intending to keep it for a long time, because selling it after a few years will be very difficult. So I hope this has been helpful. Please consider subscribing to the channel for more informative content on cars. If you have any enquiries or are interested in local used car inspection services, or would like to advertise your car for sale on the channel, then feel free to reach me through email or WhatsApp. That's it for this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next one.